My name's Chris and I like listening to music. I'm going to listen to Larry June, to Chainz and the Alchemist, Life is Beautiful, for the 10th time. I actually gave this a 7 out of 10 on first listen. I loved it, but I thought, oh, do I need to hear it 10 times, especially after the Zelooperz album, which I absolutely adored, but I was talked into it by my lovely watchers, so I did, and I'm glad I did. It's probably an 8. Track 1, Munyon Canyon. I mean, it's stunning. There can be no doubt about that. There isn't many types of music, if any, that walk that sort of easy listening yet street tightrope. A sample so Alchemist, it's like they made it for him before he was born. That jazzy, laid back, West Coast style, We'll Love Him For, open top Cadillac down Sunset Boulevard or whatever. You know, you can just feel it. The two of the greatest rappers alive rapping on it like they're two of the greatest rappers. It's faultless, really. So let's start with a 10 out of 10. Track 2, Colossal. Slightly harder, darker feel. Piano, horns and backwards beat. You know, give it a great atmosphere, but it is a bit of a drop off from track 1. And it feels a little half done to me for some reason, this track, and a few of the tracks on this album. But still, magnificent. 8 out of 10. Track 3, I've Been, back to the mellow stuff, which I think I prefer. You know, great barbecue music, I'm sure, in LA, wherever they're from. It's got the sort of Fresh Prince summertime vibe about it. You know, I think if I've got one complaint, I like Alchemist music so much. The rapping seems really loud on this. It's sort of up 2 notches more than it should be. It's the same with the Zelooperz album, which I loved, but his vocals were just down a little bit, and the Alchemist was involved with that as well. Give that a listen. But anyway, small complaint. It's ace, 9 out of 10. And he can do an outro like no other, the Alchemist. Track 4, LLC. Okay, this was sort of my issue on first listen and still sort of is, just slightly less so after 10 listens. There's too many tracks like this that are pretty good, but somehow don't give me enough. Somehow are not strong enough to connect with me somehow. I love the rhyme, you know, tell your kid he can be a king, it's king. It's a great rhythm, but it just doesn't connect with me like previous work, and again the Zelooperz album, which I was comparing it with because I'd listened to them back to back for a long time. But 8 out of 10. Track 5, Bad Choices, of course. The moment I say that, the next song is an absolute belter. It's a cracker. Superb example of what they do well, really. Sample is just the right side of intrusive. Bassline is the star like that. Yeah, and then it kicks off. Anyway, rhymes are effortless, full of talent, full of meaning. And yeah, I just wish that there was 11 tracks like this and maybe not 4 or 5, but you know, 4 or 5 is better than nothing, innit? Which is most albums. 9 out of 10 that track. Watch out for part 2.